Whole30 day 13. Now before I get into today's thing, I have to explain a little bit about yesterday, day 12. So I ended my day 12 vlog at 1:30 in the afternoon because I wanted to upload the video and go hang out with my family in the afternoon. Well, things went downhill from there. Holy moly. Like the whole afternoon, I had terrible sugar cravings. I was starving. Remember I mentioned I was gonna have macadamia nuts and blueberries as a snack? Well, I had that because then we went to the library, came back from the library, I was starving again. So then I had one pork breakfast sausage patty that we had left over from the other day, had that. And then I had some coconut milk because I was making the shamrock cakes for my Facebook Live this morning. That was a disaster because that really brought on the sugar cravings. And I was so tired and had adrenal fatigue symptoms of like really being exhausted and just my throat was sore again and everything like that. It just went badly. I really think it was because of the lack of sleep, not necessarily daylight saving time, but the lack of sleep that really got me. So on to today. I am doing much better today. I got a full night of sleep last night, went to bed a little early actually, and yeah, I think that made a world of difference. I did bar this morning, which I was a little hesitant to do actually because I felt really tired in the morning, but then after I did that, I've been great and energetic. And I took Oso on a 15-minute walk, but that's all the walks that we've done really other than going to the bus stop and back. All of my adrenal fatigue symptoms that I had yesterday are gone, so that was definitely like a weird not being able to sleep blip thing. And I haven't had any sugar cravings today. Even while making the shamrock cakes on my Facebook Live, I was fine. It wasn't that big of a deal today. Just yesterday. Apparently that really explains that whole link between getting a good night of sleep and your food and your choices that you make. All right, so food today. Breakfast was that same sweet potato, Brussels sprout, bacon, and egg casserole that I've had yesterday with some black coffee. Then I had a chomped snack stick as my after bar workout snack. And then for lunch, I had a bowl, and this time I actually took the layers of the bowl and I showed you how I made it. So I did that leftover asparagus, potato, cauliflower baked with turmeric and kale dish. And then I put leftover roasted Brussels sprouts from last night. Then I put 2 of the Czech pork meatballs from Sunday night on top. And then a baked avocado with sesame that I made last night for dinner. And then it was all topped with a spring onion pesto that was also left over from last night with dinner. And that spring onion pesto, oh my God, with broccoli, it was so good. Even my kids ate it. I always thought it was like, you put sauce on something and kids just eat anything. It's 4:30 now, so I don't think I'm gonna need an afternoon snack because we're gonna have dinner soon. And dinner right now is in the crock pot. It's gonna be Stupid Easy Paleo's mocha pot roast with a spiced sweet potato stew. And the kids are gonna get shamrock cakes as dessert if they finish all our dinner. I'll be okay with it. And I'm gonna be interested to see what happens when I do bar twice this week because I've never done bar twice in a week. And I typically only do gentle things and then like something more intense like bar once a week. I used to do Ironman triathlons. I mean, the crazy 2.4 mile swims, 112 mile bike, and full on 26 mile marathon afterwards. And I fully believe that really sparked my autoimmune issues to begin with. My body just never had a chance to recover. And ever since then, I have not been able to do a lot of workouts in succession without a lot of recovery time in between because my body just, I don't know if it's like straight on inflammation or it's just like, you know, shell shock or something. But usually I either have a really hard time doing the next workout or I get physically sick, like I will get a cold or a flu or something, probably because my immunity is really down. This will be an interesting experiment for me to see how I do. Oh, and I promised I'd show you what dinner last night looked like, so here it is. It was baked avocado with sesame seeds and tomatoes, some roasted broccoli that I put a spring onion pesto on, and mustard chicken thighs, which are one of our favorite dishes. Whole30 day 14. Things are moving along. I am not feeling super great today. I've really discovered that there is a correlation between sleep and how I feel because I did not get such a great night of sleep last night and I'm starting to drag right now. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I want a snack, but I'm not really hungry and I'm just kind of irritable. And yeah, I don't think it's necessarily because of Whole30, it's because I didn't sleep well. So, importance of sleep and good sleep. Other than that, though, I've been okay. I did notice today that my acne, I haven't seen any signs of it yet, so I'm hoping that stays true and that would be one small victory that has come out through this. I have now meditated for 14 straight days and it's really starting to have a good effect. I can feel so much better and so much more relaxed and focused after I do it. So I have been doing 10-minute sessions, but I'm gonna probably bump them up to 15 just because I feel like they're so helpful. For movement today, I did a regular 40-minute walk. Both Oso and I were both kind of dragging today. I think for him, it was too hot. It's 70 degrees here in Colorado, so that's hot for him. And I was just dragging from bar yesterday. I'm sore, which is interesting because usually I don't get that sore anymore. So tomorrow should be interesting for my second time this week. We'll see how that goes. For food, breakfast was that Brussels sprouts, sweet potato, onion, and bacon and egg casserole that we've had the last 2 days. We're done with that now, so no more of that, with some black coffee. I didn't have any morning snacks. Lunch was another one of my bowls. It was a layer of fresh arugula with the sweet potato, red pepper, tomato, spiced kind of stew that I made last night, with 2 of the Czech pork meatballs that I had Sunday night, with a part of an avocado sprinkled with some sesame oil and sesame seeds. It's a really good combo, by the way. And then topped with 2 fried eggs cooked in ghee, clarified butter. I'm hoping I'm not gonna need a afternoon snack. I feel a little hungry and kind of craving some food, but I think that's more just out of boredom or like just routine versus I'm actually hungry, because I'm doing that whole, do I want fish and steamed broccoli right now? And the answer is no. So I don't think I'm really hungry. I think I'm going to just hold off. And then dinner is going to be Ina Garten's roasted engagement chicken. It's so good. I don't need to get engaged or married or anything. I already got that going on, but it's a really good chicken. You do have to make a couple modifications with that though, because it does call for white all-purpose flour, and then I just use arrowroot starch, and this is for the gravy. And then for Whole30, you can't do the white wine inside the gravy. I just replace that with more bone broth. And as a side, I'm going to be doing roast acorn squash with coconut butter, cinnamon, sea salt, and raisins. And we just use the Sun-made raisins because they're just raisins, no added sugar or anything like that. So they are Whole30 compliant. And I did have a couple questions for some people about how they're not necessarily feeling great or much better or even much different just yet. And I just want to say that we're on day 14, and that's so completely normal because your body has a lot to be doing. Like, it's trying to get adjusted to this whole not having sugar every 2 hours and snacking and all of these different things that it's been so used to, and the hormones take a while to regulate. If you've had any sort of pre-existing condition like I did with the autoimmune disease, or if you've had bodily inflammation or anything like that, it takes some time for your body to heal and to right itself, to make sure that it's going to be doing the right things, the hormones work in conjunction, and that you actually start having sensitivity to insulin and all of the other hormones and things. Just be patient. Probably next week or so, you may start feeling a little bit different. I know the very first time I did a grain-free diet, the GAPS diet, it took me 6 weeks before I actually felt any major effects. But celebrate the little things. Like I said, I don't see the acne happening. This is why I said in the very beginning to write down every single symptom you have, no matter how small it seemed and how insignificant. Because it's amazing how, when you go back to look at that, things that you may have forgotten, stupid little symptoms, you might be like, oh yeah, I'm not seeing that anymore. Sorry about that, it's my kids running around upstairs. But you may not be seeing that anymore, and it's celebrate those little victories, because that's a sign that your body's moving in the right direction. As Melissa Hartwig said, and It Starts With Food, is that you can't erase 30 years of bad eating in 30 days. It doesn't work that way. Even if you've been paleo or anything, there's just, a lot of things that have to happen. So just have patience and it'll come. And remember, I'm right here with you.